Hey Sean, I just got to the shop and there's a 30-day eviction notice on the door.
For us to leave?
Yeah.
What are we gonna do? Where are we gonna go? What are we gonna do with all our stuff?
Buddy, you're telling me.
Oh my God, dude, we better figure this out. I'll be there in a minute.
All right, bye. All right, Sean.
Yeah, hey, how you guys
What's
doing?
going on?
Oh, we're making a scrap run today. Loaded up my truck with a bunch of stuff. Now you're out here pilfering through our scrap pile that you've had in the scrap pile for months, but now you want to keep half of everything we loaded up.
If you guys didn't know, I'm a little bit of a hoarder. Over the past 7 years that I've been in the shop, I've acquired a lot of stuff. I've scrapped a lot of things. I've put a lot of stuff outside. Recently, I listed some stuff for sale on Facebook Marketplace, on Craigslist, like parting stuff out, trying to sell things. And people like say they're coming to get it. They say they're gonna do some other stuff. They lowball me, so I'm just gonna scrap it. I'm just gonna scrap. I have like
We don't have to deal with any of it.
3 cars that we're gonna scrap today, and then maybe some more cars tomorrow. I'm just tired of dealing with people, and it's like not worth my time. Drive across town and meet up with somebody for a $20 part for their freaking Honda Civic. Like I'm like, come buy the whole damn car for 20 bucks and leave me alone. So it's just, that's where I'm at. We're scrapping stuff. We're moving things, cleaning up the outside. So this is one of the units that I've been trying to sell as a whole or part out. And I've had people that are like, hey, how's the interior? Send me pictures of the interior. Send me pictures of this. Send me pictures of that. I need this little piece. Can you ship it to me for $5? So you know what? It's going to freaking scrap is what it's doing. A bunch of parts on this thing, like doors, hatch, bumper, interior things, stuff. Nobody wanted it, so away she goes. We'll get a little extra coin.
Now we just got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 more.
Oh, look, we got lunch now too.
8 more and lunch. Look at Blake.
Where should we put it now? Supposedly, if you throw a piece of a spark plug at a window,
Not the bike.
Not dirt bike.
and supposedly it breaks. So I'm gonna throw it at that little chunk and see if it does
You
anything.
think you're gonna hit the chunk to start with? Not even a dink onto it. I don't know if that's a big enough piece.
I kind of feel like you're right. But
Yeah, you need a piece with some more mass to it.
You need like a whole spark plug.
the hoarder in me is having a tough time right now. This is the front subframe out of the Evo wagon. Getting rid of that thing. Envoy, there's so many good parts on this thing, and I had tons of people hit me up, and literally nobody ever came through to come get a door or a fender or anything like that. So we got some Lancer, the Evo wagon tubs. We got some Evo door right here in the back. This is a car I bought a long time ago. I bought it for like 200 bucks, and it had an SI cluster in it, a blown up Z6. So we pulled the head off of it. I used the SI cluster. It had some other suspension parts and some other things that we ended up using in some of the interior for my yellow Civic. So yeah, this is the rear pan out of the Lancer wagon. We have some exhaust. We have some twin turbos off of 2JZ GTE. You literally cannot give these things away. You have to like pay somebody to take them to the scrapyard. We have some doors, we have exhaust, still a little bit more stuff over here. We got the wrecked Supra shell. So if you guys were wondering where we got this Envoy or where the frame went, this frame right here is actually underneath this C10. So this is a 66 Chevy C10. And if you guys haven't seen the videos of this project, it's actually really cool. So we basically put the body on this frame off of that 08 Envoy. So it has the inline 6, the automatic transmission, steering column mounted in here. We got the transmission, we got all that stuff. We did get it to start, but it does have a knocking engine. It sits really cool. Honestly, it's such a cool looking truck, and I can't wait to finish it. Plans are to pull it in here within the next couple weeks. We need to pull the engine out of this Envoy. We're gonna scrap that one probably tomorrow or the next day. And we need to use this cylinder head on that bottom end, and then we're gonna turbo it and do a bunch of cool stuff. So this will be a cool little shop truck project. All right, so truck and trailer together, 13,000. So we had a little over 5,000 pounds. 13,000 for honey. All right, boys, so here is the haul. Got some aluminum, we got some cast aluminum sheet, electric motor, aluminum, and then complete junk cars. So we got a total of $402. That's pretty much it. White Ford with the junk cars. How you doing?
How you doing?
They
were junk cars.
This might pay for the labor of today.
That's exactly
I
what
think.
Today's rate.
So at the scrapyard, they pay you for the weight. So that's why I weighed into the yard and I weighed on the way out of the yard. So they pay you for your old metal, your aluminum, pop cans, whatever, wiring. A lot of people will do this as a side business. They'll pick up scrap metal for free. They'll haul it and they'll get a little bit of money. So it's worth it if you have a lot of stuff, but if you have just a couple little things, it's a lot easier to just call one of those guys. Took a lot of stuff to scrap, and it wasn't just for no reason. It wasn't for my health. It wasn't really for money, because as you can see, we didn't get that much. We are running into some issues, potential issues with the shop. Might be getting kicked out.
Here very soon, actually.
Pretty soon, and it's not 100%. Over the last 6 or 7 years since I've been in this shop, we have had a really awesome landlord. He's owned this thing for 20 plus years. Super relaxed and super nice guy. I mean, he reminds me of my grandpa, but he is, this is his last commercial property that he has had available. He is currently under contract to sell this thing. So within the next 30 to 45 days, when the new owners take shape, we are going to have a new landlord. Looking around at our operation, if you were a landlord, what would you think of it?
Well, we have stuff everywhere. There's stuff out front of the shop, there's stuff across the shop, and basically the building in front of us there, back section of the shop. We have stuff behind our shop. We have stuff everywhere. So there's definitely it's not too appealing to somebody who's coming in buying a set of buildings like this, and depending on what they're going to do with it, it definitely is not appealing to them. So
yeah, and if I came in here and I was the landlord, obviously the first thing that they're going to do, the numbers that they're at that we've heard, it doesn't make sense
for what we're paying
with
now, yeah.
what the current rents are. So the rents are going to go up no matter what. But Colorado, there is marijuana licenses, stuff like that. They potentially have one of those things, and supposedly they're not going to change anything. But he sold 2 other rental properties within the last 6 months, and both of those people have told him that they were not going to kick the people out. They were going to leave everything the exact same, and then within 30, as soon as they closed on it, the renters got a 30-day notice to get out. So if that happened to us,
it's time to start preparing for the worst. Hope for the best, prepare for the worst, because the amount of stuff we have around here is definitely not something that's easily moved within a day or two. Like, if you're moving out of a house or something, like there is just trailer loads and stuff everywhere, and cars everywhere, parts everywhere. There's even just in the shop, I think there's probably 15 motors or long blocks just laying around. So it's definitely something to start preparing for, just in case we do have to move.
So like if I get that letter, like let's say in 30 days, I get a letter that says you have to get out of the shop, what are we gonna do? Like literally, so we don't have a new place. We don't have another shop. All of the shop rents around here are sky high. They've been sky high for the past
sky high, and they're not vacant. You know what I mean? Yeah. Finding somewhere is pretty hard to do, and then if you do find somewhere, it's just so expensive it doesn't make sense.
Well, there's a bunch of people that just got kicked out of their current shops, so now they're looking for other shops.
Like the weed operation is so big around where we're at with this complex that it wouldn't surprise me if the new owners were to come in here and start basically using the buildings to grow pot. And finding shops around is just impossible, because everywhere you look there's a dispensary or a grow. So it's pretty scary right now. So we're kind of just preparing for the worst, and
we're definitely gonna hope for the best, because I do not want to leave this complex. I mean, I've been here for 7 years.
Everybody knows everybody. The people are super cool, and all the different businesses and shops around us.
It's like a little community.
Exactly. It is awesome here. I love it over here too. So hopefully it doesn't happen, because there's going to be a whole bunch of people that are SOL. There's everyone. There's 9 or 10 different businesses in just this complex. So
yeah. But essentially what we're trying to get at is we're trying to delay that. If somebody comes in and they're looking around and they're like, okay, who we kick out first? I don't want to be the first one. And right now I definitely have, I'd say the upper end of things laying around the shop. So I'm trying to scrap things, get rid of stuff that just doesn't make sense. It's honestly clutter for me. It clutters my brain. There's just so many.
Mine as well.
yeah,
all these different projects.
Might as well get rid of it, and this is a good excuse. And honestly, if we do get kicked out, it's not going to be the end of the world. We'll figure something out. I know that, you know, I mean, you guys seen what happened with PFI Speed. They got kicked out of their shop, and I almost think it was good for them. You know, like as far as like how it turned out, in the moment it sucked, but then they ended up getting that shop with Kyle, and now they have their own building. And
might be a good reset for us. Worst case scenario, yeah.
Reset everything and just hit the ground running at a new spot. Honestly, if it does happen, if we get that letter, I'm gonna reach out to you guys, and we're gonna have like a big like shop swap meet / barbecue / whatever, and I want to have like a big get together here at the shop and just invite people from wherever and come buy stuff, like bring cash, bring trailers. I'll have a row of cars and titles and stuff, and I would almost just like sell as much stuff as I possibly could, just to
make it easier on us moving.
Make it easier on us, and then if we did get in a new spot to
start over fresh and clean.
Yeah,
clean slate basically.
Let me know what you think. If you guys have any ideas, if you know of any commercial properties available in Colorado, outside of Colorado, close to a racetrack. Obviously, I'd love to move to Florida, do some stuff like that too. I do own a house here. My family is here. Everybody who works for me has families and stuff here, so it's not like I could just pack up tomorrow and leave. Cool as that sounds, I've thought about trying to build like a barn dominium, get my own property, my own complex, get like 40 plus acres. You could actually go and film content. You could build a skid pad. You could do a bunch of stuff.
We gotta just roll with the punches and see what happens as the days go by, and see what the future has in store for us.
So over the next couple weeks, you will see us periodically cleaning up around the shop, scrapping things, getting rid of stuff. But yeah, I'll see you guys later. Hey buddy, I just got to the shop and they put a 30-day notice on the door. It said that we're getting evicted.
What are we gonna do?